Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Kay Boning with Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy. And I'm Denise.
And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Well, hey, a very pleasant and happy non-mimosa Monday here. You know what, Karen? There we go. I had to get your mic hot this morning. So good to see you. You doing all right?
Yes, I'm good.
That is our ongoing joke, by the way. So we always try to think of like Terrific Tuesday or Wonderful Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, Faithful Friday. Monday was going to be like motivational,
I changed it
And then-
to Mimosa Monday,
then
but we don't have any mimosas.
And then we never
so-
do, so it's non-Mimosa Monday here on the show. Maybe one day, Bonnie's Hideout may make a
Yes. Okay, Val, if you're listening.
Val may make a move over here and see us sometime. But we do want to welcome you in Huntsville as we get rolling here on this magnificent Monday, episode 267. And we are so thankful to Paul Oley of the gallery for all of your framing, photography needs, and more. Please go by. See my good friend Paul Oley. And friends, I mean this. Our local business needs help now more than ever. Please support these folks that are active in our community, that are here, that have been here. Paul does such a great job. In fact, we have a family photo that Bridget's father-in-law took of all of us, and we need to get that thing. I noticed it. I was like, what's going on with this? I didn't realize it's just been laying on a table for a month.
Time to get it in the frame.
Yeah, so I need to get that in the frame. So, Paul, we're going to come see you with that. And I said that because now it's going to make me do it. If you don't talk about it, you don't do it. So you got to talk about it so you can do it. And then secondly, big thank you to Elliot Herzlich from Elliot's Jewelers. In fact, today, the jewelry design contest for CASA, I think they're going to announce the winner around 5:30 tonight.
Neat.
So I'm going to try to get over there and stream that or cover that a little bit. And so big thank you to Elliot Herzlich for that. Excited about what they're doing at CASA and how Elliot's involved. For all your jewelry needs, it's Elliot Herzlich at elliotsjewelers.com. And, of course, here on a magnificent non-Mimosa Monday with our friend Karen Denman at Walker County Federal Credit Union. Karen, so good to see you.
Good to see you, Rob.
Yeah, it's it's just we've had so much, and of course we're going to talk about this briefly, and then we do have a great show lined up today. Casey Cox joining us. He is a director of development with Sam Houston State University. We're going to learn more on the sciences part and the ag sciences and all the great things that he's working on and the university's working on. It's part of our ongoing SHSU Spotlight that we do each month. So we're excited to have Casey here and to talk about those things. But, this last week has just been a really somber week for our community. I wanted to start off and just let folks know that just our community, for friends that are in Conroe, we don't have a lot of advertisers from the Conroe area because we want to really build up Huntsville, but we do want to welcome people in from other communities. But our hearts are with the Conroe Police Department this morning, the lieutenant there in Trinity. He did not make it after that tornado came through that area last week, and so unfortunately that's just some unfortunate news, but we just want friends in Conroe to know, and the police department there, that we love you guys, and we prayed for you on Sunday at church, and we're going to continue to do that. His wife had also got injured, and then they did multiple surgeries, but unfortunately he was not able to make it through that. And so I know it's been a tough week for a lot of people, Karen. I was planning on going to the color run for tomorrow's promise on Saturday, but we literally, in our church alone, and there's probably many more, but some folks, they don't want to put that out. And I get it, because I've been through situations to where you're like, I need help, but I don't want to ask people for it. I encourage you this morning, if you need help from all this flooding, please reach out and ask people. We've had 3 families in our church alone that have been just absolutely, one of them for sure, just I don't even think they're going to be able to save the house. Yeah. That was out on Highland Drive, and so and it's public information. The Peak family out there, they have a 2-month-old baby girl. They had to rescue the whole family Monday morning of last week, so a week ago. We're here on the show, didn't even think about any of that happening, and we didn't receive news of that until later on. But they have a 2-month-old little girl, a 3-year-old boy, and a little boy who just turned 11. In fact, his birthday was in the middle of all this.
Oh no!
And his name is Oliver, and unfortunately, he didn't get to have the birthday that he wanted, and so or that he deserves. And so this morning, I want to encourage you, if you just feel a tug at your heart and you want to bless the Peak family. Again, I don't think they're going to be able to save the house. Nate Peak and his wife Anna, they're just wonderful folks. Well, Nate he had homesteaded that whole place out there. It was neat. He had chickens. I mean, he even told me, he's like, man, I was able to make butter out here. But they lost all of their animals. Only a few chickens. Only a few chickens made it. Both of their vehicles, and we went out there, and you had to be careful because the water had soaked that home so much. It was on pier and beam, and the floor had actually caved in as we were walking.
Oh no!
And but big thank you to the community. And, this show, I don't just promote people who advertise on this show. I want to give a special shout out this morning to Trayton Wilson. Trayton's a Sam Houston alum, young man, 25 years old, Karen, married, 2 little ones, another one on the way. And I called Trayton and I was like, man, is there any way that you have one of those roll-offs? And he goes, brother, whatever you guys need, I'll help you out. And of course, he couldn't just donate it because he's a growing family. We don't want folks just to donate. We want to help and bless them as well. But he gave us a tremendous discount on a roll-off, and he came out there and and got that thing set up, and we filled it up, and then we didn't realize we were going to need 2 more of them. And so he goes, well, I'm going to go take this one to Livingston, dump it, and come back. And so, it kind of ties in perfect today with Sam Houston State University, the heart of a Bearcat. And this young man said, I want to be there and help out. And Karen, here was the neatest thing. He even brought pizzas. Didn't even have to. He brought pizzas for the volunteers.
Sweet.
So I want to give Trayton a special thank you and his family and his wife this morning for it's been a busy week. But what I was getting at, if you feel a tug this morning, and you have any age-appropriate toys or things like that for an 11-year-old boy, feel free to bless this little boy, and we're gonna give him a birthday that, I don't want to say one that he'll never forget because the flood is pretty rough, but we really want to bless that family and that little boy. And so you can drop off those Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at First Baptist Church in Huntsville. And just any age-appropriate toys. But keep in mind, they don't have a place right now. They're staying with the family. But just keep that in mind, so we don't want to bombard them with a bunch of stuff. But if it's things that can move around and be portable and those kind of toys, I think that would be great. So, and you can also give to these families. Not only the Peak family, the Smith family, they had some flooding out in Elkins. I think there's 12 or so homes out there that flooded. Bridget and I were just driving. I didn't realize how bad the water got in some areas. And so I know for sure the Smith family, they're right around the corner from us. In fact, it was this weekend I was getting ready to go in and help out and do a few things. And before I knew it, I just had this, I was like, man, I got to drive around the corner and check on everybody. Drove around. They're out there just brooming water out of their house. They had about 4 inches, and it took about, what is it? The sheetrock is 4 feet by 8 feet. So they've had to cut off four feet of that sheetrock all the way around the bottom. So they're going to need help. And then also the Wyan family out in Brookview. So even Brookview had some flood damage. Now they were, I don't want to say lucky because you're not lucky at all if you have any type of damage, but they had water come in that damaged all of their floors. Thankfully, they're not going to have to replace sheetrock out there. And I want to encourage folks this morning, I mentioned those 3, but I know that there's many more hurting, and that's why we've made the decision on June the 6th. It's our second annual now, Rays of Hope fundraiser. We're going to do a lot of this now to not only continue to bless 4 or 5 nonprofits that we have in the past, but we also want to give back and help with a lot of those flood victims. And so we do have a 501c3 established under Spirit Media, and so we'll probably run that under that so folks can have the tax benefit of those kind of things. And so there's full transparency. We have a board. A lot of local people serve on that board, and we want to make sure that those funds are being used the way that they need to be to help out our community. So I know there's a lot to digest this morning, Karen, but I'm thankful I talked to you. Crawfish boil went well.
Yes, we sold out. It was great. We had the band was good, and the crawfish was delicious, and everybody had a good time. Yeah, it was lots of fun.
And that was out at the fairgrounds, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So they must have got that cleared out because we had National Day of Prayer, and then there was folks in there, that evening getting everything. The trustees, I want to give a shout out to TDCJ and some of those trustees.
Yeah, they helped us with some tables.
Those guys are, there's many, and people have committed crimes that they have to serve for, but those trustees have, they're trustees for a reason, and they came in, and they're all business. You're not supposed to sit there and talk to them, but I said hi to a few of those guys. They set up all the chairs for us, got everything going, and it's part of the rehabilitation. TDCJ does a great job with a lot of these guys and helping them to rehabilitate and get them ready for when they get out, that they're going to, continue on a path that's going to do good things. So, but I'm glad we didn't get to make it, but I heard the crawfish was good.
It was.
The portions were not meager. They were very healthy. I saw several pictures.
Yes, and you could go back as many times as you wanted to. There was no limit. So, yeah, it was good.
There wasn't any left to take home, was there? No take home?
Very little. Very little.
Because if there was, you would have brought it in this morning.
Right.
So I didn't see any this morning, Karen, so thanks. Appreciate that. I should have came,
Yeah, you should have.
Other great things happening. We'll talk more. Trivia night tonight, so we'll get with Karen on that in a little bit. And so many more great things, despite all of just the events with the flooding. And I wanted to circle back real quick before Casey comes on. We were talking to a spokesman of the National Weather Service out of Galveston. We're going to have him on the show here hopefully next week. He'll have to do it remotely because it's going to be a pretty far drive to come in from there just for this show. But they were saying that some areas in and around Huntsville, 30 inches of rain in 7 days, if you can believe that. I mean, just unbelievable.
That's what I've heard, yeah.
And when I talked to folks that have been affected by this flooding, they said that this was worse than when Harvey came through. And so that's what we're dealing with here this week. And it's going to continue. I don't want to say it in a negative way, but that's what these families are going to have to deal with now, not just for this week or next week, but this is going to impact some families for years to come. Those cleanup efforts don't happen easily. And we'll try to check in with Mayor, too, and see. I know that the city put out a declaration of disaster
He did.
last week, but I'm not sure of the status with FEMA and all those kind of things. So we'll have to check in. A lot of those folks don't have flood insurance.
Yeah.
So we'll check in with all that before we release anything. Of course, we'll make sure that we've got our facts straight before we do it.
There's Irma.
Irma's cruising by. That's our number one fan. We hope one day that Irma will have a sign like on Good Morning America and just hang out here. But
Yeah, we need to get her on the show.
she needs to come on.
Yeah, we need to get her on the show. You know, she's on the committee, on the Go Texan committee. So
Was she out there this weekend?
yeah, she was.
Staying busy?
She was working election this weekend, so she was sporadic, but she was there when she could be.
Awesome. Well, Irma, we know you go back and watch this, so we expect you to be here next Monday a little bit early. And she's frustrated because that pool's coming along.
Oh, I know.
She
Did
had
you see the frog in it?
She had a frog in the pool.
Yeah. She says, nobody's swimming in my pool before I am. Get out, buddy.
Yeah, so she's been trying to get that pool done for a while now, but this rain is holding her up. And I saw the table.
Yeah.
Man, she got a
Yeah,
table
she made
in
that
thing.
specifically for us, so we have a place to sit our things.
Did she like laser engrave your
Yeah,
name, and is it
yes,
already
of
like
course.
embedded in the concrete? There you go. That means you're on. So, well, friends, we're going to take a break. We don't have a keyword yet today. We'll have that up a little bit later. But I was just thinking this morning before we got started. I really want to spend this week on finding ways that we can bless our community. And so I'm thinking instead of giving out prizes, we want to give people the opportunity to give back to Huntsville. And so,
Great idea.
I'll have some ideas on that, but we still want you to stay engaged. So please like and share this broadcast as we get going this morning. But again, we really want to spend this week, instead of giving away stuff, we want to figure out how can we give stuff to people that need it the most right now in our community. So we'll have more information on that. If you would like to be involved, if you'd like to find a way to give back, you can go ahead and text us on our 0 Degree Creations phone and text line and let us know that you would like to be involved at some level, and we'll let you know what those opportunities will be. You can text us at 936-339-0139. Just put your name on there. Let us know you'd like to be involved and to help those victims of flooding. And look, if you can't give money, there's other opportunities where you can give. And so we'll have more details. But text us again, 936-339-0139. We'll have a listen at your national news. Word from our sponsors. Casey Cox joins us on the other side. When we come back, stay with us. This is your show on a Monday, brought to you by Walker County Federal Credit Union.
USA News, I'm Laura Winters. More than 200 people rescued in Harris County, Texas as rivers flood. Residents being rescued on airboats from their homes. New developments out of the Middle East, where a deal to release Israeli hostages from Hamas captivity is still being negotiated in Egypt. Finalizing this deal could take days. Meanwhile, the Israeli cabinet voting to remove the Al Jazeera TV network, their bureau, from operating in Israel. Back here in the U.S., pro-Palestinian protesters interrupt the University of Michigan graduation ceremony the demonstrators removed on Saturday. At the University of Virginia, police arresting 25 protesters and clear their encampment on the UVA campus. President Biden speaking at the White House saying students have a right to protest but not to break the law. Biden scheduled to speak at the U.S. Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. as Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day, begins, a week of events planned to educate this generation as to the atrocities the Nazis committed against Jews. Donald Trump heads back to court on Monday, the latest on testimony from Friday at his hush money trial. Here's USA's John Schaefer.
Donald Trump has criticized the New York District Attorney for focusing on his hush money criminal trial, calling it a waste of time. Trump spoke after the trial recessed for Friday, stating that while crime is rampant in New York City, the DA has chosen to target him and his company instead.
They shouldn't be wasting time on this. Look what they do to so many people. They're all lawyered up. That's all they do, lawyer up. In the meantime, you can't do anything in the country. The country's going to hell.
During Friday's testimony, his former press secretary revealed that the 2016 campaign team entered crisis mode following the release of the infamous Access Hollywood tape in which Trump boasted about grabbing women's genitals. On the witness stand, Hope Hicks stated that Trump initially told her, "That doesn't sound like something I would say."
And I'm Laura Winters, USA News.
The inventor and CEO of MyPillow is always looking for ways to solve everyday problems. Have you ever picked up a towel set because it felt really soft in the store, but then when you go to use it, it's not very absorbent? It's basically a towel that's leaving you out to dry. That's why MyPillow has developed the MyPillow towels. Towels that work. I know, it's mind-blowing. Towels that actually dry you. The 6-piece towel set includes 2 bath towels, 2 hand towels, and 2 washcloths. They come in a variety of colors, and right now Now you can receive a 6-piece set for only $39.98 with promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com right now and click on the radio listener special. MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty and they have a 60-day money-back guarantee. To receive this amazing offer on the 6-piece set of MyPillow towels, just go to MyPillow.com. Click on the radio listener special and enter promo code USA or call 800-951-8175. That's MyPillow.com. Promo code USA.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Here we grow again. Tomorrow's Promise is excited to announce the upcoming addition of our third location to better serve the families of Walker County and surrounding areas. At Tomorrow's Promise, we are more than just childcare. We pride ourselves on partnering with parents and creating a place where every child is respected, loved, and nurtured in the highest quality environment. See what makes us the perfect fit for your child and their needs. Schedule a tour and learn more about Montessori. Contact us today at tpms.life. Third location on Veterans Memorial coming soon. Education you can trust.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas. Back at it. Time now 7:58 in the morning, and good news, if you have to be at work at 8 o'clock, well, you still got time to be at work. So we're thankful for that. Maybe you're Karen. If you bring tacos, you're never fired, right?
Right.
I wonder if there's I wonder if there's some sort of a formula though, or like a standard. To where, okay, if you're 30 minutes, that may be pushing it, but if you're over 30 minutes, you're still fired. There's got to be some limit, right? What would you, if you were in charge of this, what would your limit
Well,
be?
as long as they brought breakfast, it's all good.
Even if they're 3 hours late?
Well, maybe not 3 hours.
See,
Then they
that's-
got to bring lunch too.
Yeah, you bring it all. So, all right. Well, welcome back at it. You know, I don't know, we're just having a good time this morning. Welcome in. Casey Cox joining us here. He is the Director of Development at Sam Houston State University. And Casey, you and I got to know each other a little bit. And then whenever, Emily and I were talking, I said, man, that name sounds really familiar. And then I started doing a little digging again. I said, I had lunch with Casey not too long ago. So, Development, again, Director with Sam Houston State University, primarily over College of Science and Engineering Technology. We do have a special treat for you this morning, Casey, as you get started.
Jumping jacks or something, like you get a pre-morning workout?
Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to go back to commercial. We're going to go run a mile. And then that's our special guest. No.
I didn't bring breakfast, so I had penalties.
Yeah, never mind.
You'll know next time.
This is even better, Casey. This is our first-time guest horn. Now, Karen's already done me the service of calling TDCJ to let them know that this is not the official count horn because people come over here when we blow this thing. Is everything okay? So here you go, Casey.
Awful.
2 for Casey this morning.
I hate
Welcome
that
in.
thing.
Welcome in, Casey.
Appreciate it.
You don't
Thank
like the horn?
I do not.
Why?
Because it's just annoying.
No, it is wonderful. This is such a treat.
That's actually pretty ingenious. I was looking at the setup of it. I'm like, man, I bet a bunch of our kids can make those things for school.
These will be. I don't know if they'd let you walk into them with Bowers when football season starts, but man, some guy had invented Casey. Literally, this is the great man. You ever watch Shark Tank or you see those shows and you're like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
This guy invented a cup, just a regular tumbler cup, one of those nice ones that keeps like a Yeti type cup. But he put a horn on that thing. And there's no way that they can,
stop it.
Because it's battery powered, Karen. So the bottom part of it is the horn, but you don't notice it. So as you're drinking out of the cup, you can use your finger and just hit the horn. So you're like, it's ingenious. And the guy's made millions off of this thing.
It's like what is it? I want some parts to say this wrong. The Vuvuzela, the little plastic that the soccer players. I was like, man, that's literally 25 cents worth of plastic right there, and that thing is just.
Hey, that's all right, man. Well, Casey, we wanted to have you on today. We love doing this once a month. We're so thankful to be able to highlight great things happening at Sam Houston State University. Get to know some of you guys a little bit more, too, and just learn more about your role. We do this once a month, and then we'll have an article up on the website here sometime this week after our interview, too, and you can find that at hellohuntsvilletx.com. But, Casey, before we really dig into the meat of things today and talk about your role, I know that you weren't born here, but you got here as fast as you could. You've been doing this job now for 14 years, but let us know a little bit about the story of Casey Cox as we get started.
We don't have that much time. We don't have that much time, so let me summarize it.
That's all right, man.
I grew up in Waller, Texas. We actually have a Buc-ee's now, so that's a big thing. If you're going to Houston, Austin, I guarantee you stopped in Waller, Texas. You may not know it, but you stopped.
Oh, we do. We always stop there. Yeah.
Got to get some beaver nuggets while you're going through that area. So I moved on from there. Did my undergraduate at A&M, but I got here as fast as I could and finished my master's here and met my wife here, and we have our family here as well, 2 kids, and couldn't imagine myself being anywhere else. It's an amazing place, and people are just. Truly just an amazing people. People ask me all the time, well, what's it like up there? I said, well, it reminds me of my hometown, but in a bigger capacity of people. Everybody's involved with everybody. Everybody wants to be to help you. Everybody wants to be there around you. Everybody wants to be involved with things. So, that's kind of what I kind of explain to people. I also say, what's it like? It's like, well, it's like a fine wine. You can't see what's inside of it until you're really inside, drinking it. So, and then once you're there, it's there, and it's people just it's just a truly a great place. And I talk with a lot of people that move back here that are not from Huntsville, that move back to the community, and they talk about how welcoming and how appreciative people are here when they come back. So that I do get that a lot from out of town individuals. So,
well, Casey, I know you're fully invested here in our community as well. You mind just coming in just a little bit more, guys? Yeah, there you go. Sorry,
I'll snuggle. Here we go.
We sit by each other on council. So,
well, this floor kind of slides down, so as the show goes on, I kind of meander over. But Casey, you're fully invested. You got involved with the city too, and maybe just briefly mention just how passionate you are to serve this community. I know the passion's there with the university, but just serving Huntsville as a whole.
wholeheartedly believe in being vested in somewhere that you live. I mean, I like to coach my kids' baseball team. I like to be a part of anything I can physically be a part of. If I could take an eighth of my body and give it to every organization around the community, I would do it wholeheartedly and give my time. But I wish I could. So I started on city council this last fall, and I've loved it. I mean, I'm really appreciative of all of that, everything our city has to offer. I mean, all of our city council, all of our employees, the fire department, the safety officers, police department. I mean, everybody here is just, y'all hear about it all the time. Y'all talk about it all the time. I don't really, have to keep going or talk about it, but it's just a special place. I mean, it's genuine. It's genuine.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good word to describe it. Well, we have so many great assets in our community, and a large employer. Sam is obviously one of those, and it's been some exciting times over these last couple of years. Even really over the last year, we've seen some great changes at the university. Things continue to grow. Just from your perspective now, 14 years. Does it seem like you've been with Sam for 14 years now? How fast has that went?
It really has gone super fast. I really, I look back, I'm like, where did this go? Where did time go? Like, where did the kids go? The students that I worked with that were my, first year when I was working here are now, they're actually moved up the chain of the ladder, and they're CEOs, CFOs, they have kids and families, and I still communicate with them. And we always laugh because I'll send a social media post or something from when I was working here, and they were students, and the first comment every single time is, "Wow, that seems like yesterday." Mm-hmm. Every single time is, "Wow, it seems like yesterday." And I look back, I'm like, "Dang, I can't believe, I wasn't as gray then."
I call that wisdom. It's called wisdom fibers.
Right.
I just call it seasoned.
There you go.
It's seasoned.
It's a good steak.
Yeah. I wouldn't season like crawfish because you're boiled real quick. It's like more like a steak. Just kind of sit there and just kind of sizzle a little bit.
We always have a T-shirt idea every day on the show, and so the new T-shirt idea this morning, we're going to make one that has a steak. It's going to say I'm seasoned.
That's right. I'm seasoned.
We'll give you the royalties on it this morning.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about the role. I know we just mentioned the longevity and the great opportunities that you've had, but this director of development position is really exciting because there's numerous different areas that there are directors of development, but you focus primarily on the College of Sciences and Engineering. We've seen so many strides. The emphasis on agriculture is still very prevalent at Sam Houston State University, maybe now more than ever.
Absolutely.
And we've seen that with Gibbs Ranch. Maybe highlight some of those things that are happening that you've seen and how great this is for not just our community, but for students that are coming in.
Right. So, Gibbs Ranch is truly been a big blessing for the School of Agricultural Sciences. If you haven't been out there, I truly encourage you to come out and see the engagement side of it, because we have our rodeo arena that's going on out there. That not only is a rodeo arena, but it's also an academic facility. It's a multi-touch engagement portion because it has FFA events out there, it has rodeo events out there, it has 4-H events. It also has an opportunity to engage to the community, where if an ag teacher or one of the professors wants to host a class on reproduction or wants to host a class on invasive species, that type of stuff, they can bring people in to the floor of the arena, set their displays up, and walk people through with a hands-on experience side of it. And not only that, you can go over to the 4 classrooms that they have next to the building and do the engagement side of it there as well, with your the same things with your displays and your projection screens, all of that. So I call it like a Swiss Army knife for the ag department, because it's not just a Gibbs Ranch, this rodeo arena. I mean, the amount of interaction that this is going to provide to our students, to our community, to the state is truly a blessing, because it's just a great piece of the puzzle. I mean, I've talked to so many. You actually just pop in there every now and then when they're having, they had our Region 9 FFA event out there, and there was 3,000 kids through there.
Yeah, we went to Humphreys, and it was loaded with FFA from all over. It was great. Yeah.
When you host 3 or 4 of those events in there a year, this is I want to get back up a little bit. I'm going to back up so before I jump ahead. Sam Houston does a really good job of high school and younger age engagement opportunities. I taught, before I started as a developmental officer, one thing we had was our engagement to first-time college students. A lot of students that we bring to campus never get to go to any college campus anywhere. So their avid teacher or their high school teacher or their ag teacher or their school counselor brings them to Sam Houston. It might be the only opportunity they get to see of a campus. So that first initial contact we have with that student is huge. And when you bring a student to see all the advancements that Sam Houston has on campus, you can watch it in their eyes, just the light, wow, that's this, and this. Even if they don't get out to Gibbs Ranch, but they get to see the LSC, or they get to see the bowling alley downstairs, or they get to see the Coliseum or the football stadium or the baseball stadium, or the engineering technology building. So there's a whole area that the dynamic that changes for those students because, I don't seen some of our stuff, but we have a ton of first generation students. And those students really, really, really come to campus and they work hard and they want to leave that legacy at Sam Houston State University so that they can, move forward with their lives. And you talk to a lot. We have the opportunity to talk to a lot of alumni now, and every one of them's like, yeah, my dad was a police officer, my mom was a teacher, and but I'm an accountant now, and Sam Houston gave me that opportunity to go down that road. Or, I talked to, my mom and dad were both teachers. I'm an ag teacher now because that was the route I chose. So that was, it just goes back to the fact that Sam Houston touches so many lives in so many different areas that it's just not, the normal traditional student that you think about when you go to college campuses.
It's cool to see that facility. We got a tour, and Coach Bubba Miller's been on this show before too, there with the rodeo team. And I just love seeing the growth and all of these opportunities for students. You mentioned first-generation students, especially. The annual day of giving just wrapped up.
Absolutely.
Really beat expectations. Almost $300,000 came in for that, and the alumni are so important to the university. From that department side and your development role, just how huge is this for the university, and what is this going to help in the future for these to continue to grow?
It's huge because the developmental side and the fundraising side of Sam Houston is relatively young. A lot of these universities have been doing it they built the philanthropy side for 150 years. I'm just exaggerating, but 100 years they've been doing this stuff. University of Texas, Texas A&M, some of these universities that build it into the fiber. Well, we really haven't been that way for super long time. We're relatively young in that aspect of it. So this engagement portion is huge for us because it will, it helps show that, hey, your dollar is being used. It's being used for this. It's being used for this, and you get to control how it's being used. So that engagement side is huge for our division and our department because we're here to help our students. That's my goal. That is my goal here at Sam Houston State University is to that student that comes in a freshman, providing the university and the instructors and that student scholarships, that student housing, that student the best opportunity to succeed as possible because I know that when that student graduates and goes out and becomes a CEO of a company, and they can come back and say, because of X, Y, and Z scholarship, I was able to keep my education at Sam Houston State University, and I was able to graduate, and I wouldn't have to go out with any kind of debt. But now I am bolstering my education or bolstering my position to help give back to Sam Houston State University for those next 2 students. So for every 1 student, I want students to give back for every 2 or 3 students.
Well, I know in November, I think it was the rodeo happened. Did you get a chance to go out there? Have you been out there, Karen?
I did not, no.
We're going to have to get Karen out. It's just
great.
I didn't get to make it to the rodeo, but we'll have to get you on a tour. I know we'll call David Glazier. General Glazier will get you hooked up on the tour. He loves doing that.
Yeah.
But he took us out there. It's such a beautiful facility. I think that kickoff rodeo is kind of in November, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it's the second weekend of November this year, so it's like November, I think like the 9th.
And so that's upcoming before too long. We're going to be having that again, and it's a pretty big deal out there.
It is. We sold out both nights last year. The Slack rodeo, which is Thursday night, it's usually most of contestants just driven there for the short go around and the finals. But God, I talked to Bub Miller. I walked out there that night, and it was kind of a drizzly, rainy night. But all the parents and everything, there was still 2,000 people plus in the stands that were
covered
parents.
too.
Covered,
That's
absolutely,
nice, yeah.
Absolutely, it's covered. And so I think the people that attended last year, it was even cool one night, but it didn't feel that way because you were inside. The guys that built it, I can't say anything more about W.T. Byler and those guys. They really just stepped up and took this project under their wings and said, hey, we're going to have the best facilities in the state of Texas out here, and I want to show it to our kids. So those guys, they were with this project wholeheartedly the whole way, and
it's putting Sam on the national spotlight.
Absolutely.
You think about the Cowboy Channel and all that now,
Absolutely.
which is really cool.
I mean, those who are out there saw Pete Carr's production, man. The fireworks and the illumination and lasers. I mean, it was great.
I thought that was like an intro for Karen, but she didn't show up. They had all these lasers and fireworks, and then Karen didn't even show up, so they had to do it for something else.
That's it.
Good one, Rob.
Well, another area that's growing, and I have not been out there yet, and this is something that I absolutely need to go check out, and then that's going to give me some more insight to talk about it more. But it's the observatory, awesome. I mean, especially you think about April the 8th when we had the eclipse. What a better way to tie all this in with the university.
And we, that facility is just amazing. We had a groundbreak, or we had the ribbon cutting not too long ago at the observatory. And so, if you don't know it, we have a. I think it's. don't want to say this wrong. So, Dr. Walker, Joel Walker, if you're listening to this, I apologize. But it is one of the top 15 telescopes in the nation. So, I mean, they did that night. We got to see through it that night of the ribbon cutting with some a private viewing, a few with family that helped donate it, and the guys that came through there. It was truly, the rings around Saturn. You could see all kinds of stuff through that. So,
cool.
He was like, "You're looking 30 million miles away." I'm like, I can't fathom that in my brain right now. So, truly, it's an aspect that people need to come out and see. And I do know that we are going to, the department, Mike Prokosh, who is the director out there who handles that side of things, the engagement side, he also does the planetarium here in town. So if y'all haven't been to anybody's been to the planetarium, you should see those shows. They're great. They are IMAX quality shows, but they're free. You don't have to pay anything for them. So you just, he's got a social media following on there, and you just let him know how many tickets you want. It's great this summer if you're looking for something to do with the kids. I'm trying to get a plug for them, but at the same time, I take my kids to a couple of showings, and it's the same stuff that they show at Space Center Houston. We just get it 2 or 3 months later, and it's awesome. So,
I wanted to mention that too. That's why we brought this up, because these facilities and like the observatory and the arena. I mean, there's opportunities for the public to come out and be involved.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be a student at Sam Houston State or be associated. And that's what I love with all of these new things that are happening. You could come out, bring your family, bring your friends, bring your children, and be a part of all these great things.
Yeah, and you don't have to be a student to actually follow stuff at Sam Houston, because a lot, it's not that a lot of our stuff we post out there for the public is through the Sam Houston channels. So that good way to find out what's happening is kind of link yourself in with some of the social media aspect of it. And if you do that, if not, then we do our well of reaching out through the radio and reaching out through other individuals that word of mouth that we're having this event out there. But everything we do here at the university is really, it's engagement driven and for our community. It's mostly, 100% for our students, but at the same time, we think about our community.
Well, Casey, before we go, we got a few more minutes here, and I wanted to make sure that we highlight more kind of about what you do on a day-to-day. What are some things that you're currently working on? Maybe a call to action for someone this morning that's listening or watching live or going back. What are some objectives that you have?
Our students, we have a lot of, our students are why we're here. And our students are what drive Sam Houston State University. Our students are what keep me going and keep me, moving every day, because the opportunities that when I talk to people and talk to students, I can hear it in their voice and I can hear it in their excitement that they have an opportunity to showcase themselves here at Sam Houston State University. The small classes, the one-on-one interaction with their instructors, but getting them, getting freshman scholarships. That's what getting freshman scholarships built for our incoming freshmen, because a lot of students that they don't, their mom and dad unfortunately make enough money to pay for school, but they still students. It's not like that. They make enough that they don't qualify for for scholarships or for FAFSA, where they can still get they can't get grants, they can't get scholarships, but they can get, they can get a loan. But I don't want students to have debt when they graduate from Sam Houston State University, because I want to help them get their degree, and I want them to be able to get out and, succeed when they get out. So that's a big call for me is getting those scholarships for our students.
I think one way that you can give too, and the day of giving just happened, but you can still give. It doesn't just have to be that day.
Don't discount that. We still take that money now.
Still working on that. We put the link up for those of you that are on social media throughout Twitter. They call it X now, or LinkedIn, or Facebook, YouTube. That link is up on your screen in the comments section. For those of you listening this morning on the Spirit Radio FM app, one area that you can go to, shsu.edu/gives-ranch/donate. And that has a Give Now button. Casey's picture's on there. And you can also get in touch with Casey. Is it okay if I give your email out?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you'd like to get in touch with Casey, you can email him, Casey Cox at shsu.edu. And Casey, maybe somebody has a question of how can I give, or where can I give, or what can I give. They can just reach out to you directly.
Absolutely. Whatever I can do, I'm here to help Sam Houston. I'm here to help my college, but at the same time, let's do some good things. Let's change some lives.
I love that. And you think about, again, I go back to the first generation student. In fact, we have first generation student in our studio. Michelle Cardenas is a LEAP ambassador, and she's our intern here and does a phenomenal job. But the opportunity that's been provided to her through the university now, and that's going to set up a whole new generation. Her family moved here from Honduras, and her daddy's worked very hard, and her mom has worked very hard. But they came here because they wanted to give their children an opportunity.
Absolutely.
And that opportunity has presented itself through Sam Houston State University. So I think it's a great way for folks to be involved. And Casey, is like the secret out of the bag, because they used to say that the university was the best kept secret in East Texas. I think that secret's starting to get out of the bag now.
I don't, and I think Dr. White's hit this nail on the head. I was like, I don't want it to be a secret. I want it to be like well known. I want somebody, to be proud that, hey, I'm going down the road to Sam Houston State University, because I'm going to get a quality education. I'm going to come out without any debt, and I'm going to be a CEO. I'm going to be I'm going to control my own destiny at this point, So,
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, I'm going to holler at you, and maybe you can give me that tour over at the observatory. I'd love to come out there and check that out, bring the kids sometime. And again, keep up to date on here on Hello Huntsville and the Good Morning Huntsville show, but particularly our website. Again, we'll have an article out, and we'll put those links also of how you can give and be involved. Casey, I know we've talked about a lot. Is there anything else that was maybe on your mind that you want to make sure that we cover this morning?
No. I mean, there's so much. There's not enough of one of your episodes for me to talk about everything that I want to talk about.
So coming after this, right after this, is the Casey Cox Show here on Hello Huntsville.
I need a week. Do we get lunch breaks? Let me ask you that.
We're working on that, yeah. Well, Michelle, the intern, I was joking with Michelle the other day. I said, Michelle, you don't look interny enough. And so I gave her like a stack of paper to walk around with.
That's right.
And it kind of looked
just
more
a notebook,
official.
Just carry an empty notebook just to look like it.
So we'll find something for Michelle to keep busy for.
That's right.
Well, Casey, this has been so great. I so love being able to spotlight and highlight the great things happening here through our university, and a big shout out to the University Advancement Office for making this happen. We want to continue to shine the spotlight on all the great things happening in our community, not only here in Huntsville, but with Sam Houston State University, such an integral part of our economy and how things flow here in Huntsville. I love it. I love whenever college is in session. Somebody one day was barking, "Oh, I know the college students are back. Traffic's horrible." I'm like, it takes 10 minutes regardless to get anywhere in town. The traffic's
so hard to get across. Like, apparently you've never driven in Houston.
Yeah, it's like, oh man,
you've never driven in Houston.
It's like, you were late to work today. Oh, it was 8 minutes driving in this morning, man.
They were, that's like, oh, that's 45 traffic so bad. I was like, you've been south of Rankin Road today.
It's pretty smooth sailing here. So, well, Casey, this was great, man.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate you so much.
I may make a special visit when of our other coworkers are in here. Just kind of pop in here and give them a shout out while I'm here. Maybe shoot them with some silly string or something.
You could do that. It's got to be orange silly string.
Absolutely.
It cannot be blue. It's got to be orange.
So, all the other DOs that are listening to this show right now, just watch yourself.
Yeah, get ready. I know one in particular.
Oh, yeah.
His initials RB. We'll just leave it at that. If you're and I'm not talking about the brisket sandwich. I'm talking about RB. So, we love you guys. Appreciate y'all. And again, we'll have more information. Check out the website. We'll put it in the newsletter this week too as part of our SHSU Spotlight. You can sign up for that again at hellohuntsvilletx.com. Thanks so much, Casey. Been fun this
Absolutely.
morning.
Thank y'all. I appreciate it. I mean, anytime I can help or do anything, I'm here.
All right. Well, there he is, Casey Cox again, the Director of Development. One of them was Sam Houston State University as part of our ongoing SHSU Spotlight series. We'll step aside, take a break. Again, if you're interested in helping to give back to folks in our community that are struggling from the recent flooding, we'd love to have your support. Just text us with your name and just say something that you want to get involved. We'll add you to our list. We'll have more information soon on how you can help. Text that in on our 0 degree. It used to be 0 degree freeze-dried candy, but Rick has said it's 0 degree creations now because they're going to do more than just. They may freeze-dry broccoli for you, Karen. I don't know. That doesn't sound good.
But try this beef jerky. It's freeze-dried beef jerky.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Rick, there you go, man.
There you go. Absolutely. Some beef jerky. I'd be in for that.
Well, text that in. Let us know that you'd like to help. 936-339-0139. We'll take a brief break. We'll come back in a moment. Karen and I will close it out when we come back. Stay with us. More to come here. This is your show, as always, highlighting the good in our community. It's Good Morning Huntsville. We'll be back in just a few moments.
Welcome to Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville, where we've been caring for your furry family members for over 4 decades. Nestled at 877 IH 45 South, our kennel is a perfect retreat for your pet. With a climate-controlled facility, spacious exercise yards, we ensure a comfortable and enjoyable stay. At Magnolia Kennel, we offer a range of options including overnight boarding, extended stay boarding, and doggy day out. But that's not all. We also provide additional pampering services like baths and nail care to keep your pets looking and feeling their best. Making a reservation is a breeze at magnoliakennel.com. We take great pride in our dedication to the community, supporting our local fire departments by providing oxygen pet masks. Stay connected and enjoy adorable pet updates by following us on Facebook. Magnolia Kennel of Huntsville is where dogs get to be dogs. Visit us at magnoliakennel.com to book your pet's next stay. We can't wait to meet your 4-legged family members.
Hi, I'm Billy Cawthon, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union, and our business is helping you take care of your business. In addition to personal accounts, Walker County Federal Credit Union also offers business accounts and business lending for commercial customers. We're devoted to taking care of the needs of our individual members and helping our business members with their financial success too. Call us today and find out how easy it is to work with Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Hey, Huntsville, back at it here as we continue on. 8:27. Karen's got to get to work. I got to get to work.
Yep.
Is this not work? This isn't work.
No, this isn't. This is fun.
Yes. Someone said work's not supposed to be fun.
It should be.
It should be fun.
It should be.
Most of the time it's fun. This week has not been fun. It's been hard, and working in the ministry is, I've learned it's not an easy job. You know, I'm so thankful for the privilege to be over at First and to be on staff and to help with that capacity. But you know, it's tough work. I think any job where you're passionate and you put into it a lot, it's tough. Like even you guys at WCFC, it's not easy. You don't show up. There's people you got to say no to, and I'm not sure that's not easy.
It's not.
You know, some people they've got this great idea and they want to do everything that they can, but maybe they've still got a few bumps in the road. And you guys work as well as you can with most people, but there's just some things like you just can't do because maybe you're credit to history. You know, you got to work on building. But here's the deal: maybe you're in that situation. Walker County Federal can help you with those things. Though.
Absolutely.
May not be today, but it could happen tomorrow.
That's right.
And so don't give up on here's the inspiration, Karen. If you're in a situation this morning to where things aren't working out the way that you hope that they would work out, just remember that's temporary.
Right.
It's temporary. You got an opportunity to fix whatever's going on in your life. And if it's a credit problem, just like us, I was telling you earlier with our mortgage before we got our house. Met a guy who's been tremendous, helped us out. Has the initials RB.
Yeah, you can probably say his name.
Yeah, helped us RB, not the brisket sandwich down the street. But Russell Barnett helped me out tremendously and told me, he goes, you can't get it right now, but here's what you got to do in 6 to 8 months, you can probably get it.
Yes.
And he gave me the disclosure. Said, I'm not a financial expert. I'm just giving you some tidbits of advice that may help you. And that's so important whenever you think about friends who give you knowledge that you need to help you get to the next thing.
That's true.
And so appreciate you, RB. Those sandwiches are good, by the way. So every time I go by there, they never hook me up. I ask them. People are like, what are you talking about? I don't know. Just watch the show 100 times, and it'll finally click with you what we're talking about. So, but, hey, it's so great. I enjoyed having Casey. You've known Casey for a while. I guess y'all serve on council. I didn't want to talk about council, with him. He's here with the university. But how cool is it to have a young man that's involved, too, that's like, you know what, I'm going to get involved and not only working at the university, but I also want to give back to my city through serving in the
absolutely.
council.
We do have a good council. We got a good group of people.
Do y'all have to come together? I will ask you this, Karen. With these type of events, with this flooding and all that, do y'all come together like for special sessions or those kind of things, or how does that?
When necessary, yes, we will.
So y'all do have special workshops and those kind of things?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Well, I say all that because this morning, there are so many folks that work for our city that have just been up probably all hours of the night. You think about when 45 over there by Smither flooded. They had to shut down the highway for a few hours. They have been over there now, and they haven't been able to reopen some of that because they've had to work in the middle of already ongoing construction. Right. Now they've had to put in temporary construction so people can at least get back on those access roads. Yep. Those folks have been working around the clock. And so when you see our city employees and those that work so hard behind the scenes, I'm telling you, if you see someone at HEB and you're going through the store and you see someone with a city patch on in a blue shirt.
Please tell them thank you.
Give them a
they're
hug.
Working hard. They're working really hard.
Huntsville's a place where you can give them a hug. They ain't going to care. Go up and put your arm around them. Tell them you appreciate them.
Yeah.
And if they do get mad, you've heard about it from somewhere else. Don't come back at me. But seriously, I thought about that, and I ran across a couple of guys the other day, and I just stopped for a moment, and I said, I know that I don't know you, and you guys don't know me, but please know from the bottom of my heart that you are so appreciated. Because I think a lot of times those guys,
I bet that made them feel good.
And they don't do it for the appreciation.
No.
But when someone tells you that, it feels good.
It does.
Right?
It does. Yeah.
So let them know that you appreciate them, and let's find ways to give back. Again, we'd love for you to get involved with what we're trying to do here at Hello Huntsville. We're going to have an auction is one thing that you can help out with. We are starting our Rays of Hope fundraiser. It's going to take place on June the 6th this year at the HEB parking lot. We have some ideas of ways that we want to raise some funds to give back to flood victims here in our community. We want to help as many as we can, but the reality is we can't help every single person, because if we did, then there wouldn't be enough to give to one individually. And so we are going to partner with a few families here in our community that we know of that have needs. We've had some of these folks reach out to us directly. And for those of you that need help, please let us know. You can email hello@hellohuntsvilletx.com. Again, that email is hello@hellohuntsvilletx.com, and let us know. And if we on this platform can't provide the resources, we're going to put your name out there and try to connect you with organizations that can, because there are a lot of people here in this community that want to help. If you'd like to help as a volunteer, or maybe you have an item that you'd like to donate, or we're going to do an online auction is one way that we're going to raise funds. And we want to get that started as soon as possible, and it will wrap up on our Raise of Hope fundraiser day on June the 6th. But we're looking for items that are value that you think would be great for the auction. We did this in Georgetown when COVID hit for small businesses. We said we want to have an auction to help them. And we generated almost $8,000 from that alone. And so we know that we can do the same here in Huntsville to help out flood victims and those that have lost things during this flood. And so if you have any items whatsoever that you would like to donate, that you feel like, hey, this, and we don't want used things unless it's something really cool, like an old sword, that'd be awesome. A little bit of meat on it, so I'm just kidding. Like, what? I knew a friend of mine. I got to tell you this story real quick. I think they've passed since then, so I can tell the story. It's kind of like that if you're no longer with us and whatever. Apparently, his grandmother had like this old baseball bat, and he's like, man, Mom, that bat that Grandma's got upstairs, she goes, it's got a little meat and hair on it. So I don't know what Grandma's. But if you have that, we don't want that.
Yeah.
Unless it's medieval, then it'd be kind of cool. Yeah. But full disclosure, if you do have anything that you'd like to donate, again, let us know. Comment below or email us hello@hellohuntsvilletx.com. We want to get this. We want to get this together. And look, maybe you're thinking, well, I don't have anything to give. Here's an idea. How about a gift card to a local restaurant? Go to Tom Fullery's, get a $50 or $100 gift card, donate that. People are going to bid on it. So it can be anything that has value, and all of those proceeds are going to go back to directly to families here in our community that are struggling from this flood. And we'll have more information as we go along on that. Again, you can email us hello@hellohuntsvilletx.com, or you can also text us on that 0 Degree Creations, 0 Degree freeze-dried candy text line at 936-339-0139. Karen, we really don't have anybody to call today. I'm kind of disappointed. But we do have someone over here that we can plug in real quick. Miss Cardenas, can you do me a huge favor real quick? There's a cable laying down here that I didn't plug up this morning.
No one texted in on the...
There was a few few people. Jennifer Gustanetti. So there's a little cable right here. Do you see that? Yeah, that gray braided cable. It's not plugged in. Yeah, you had it. There you go at the end. Plug that guy in there, Michelle. See, this is what happens whenever you show up and you have to produce and do everything, and then you have your intern, but you haven't taught her how to do these things yet. So Michelle is getting, okay, I think we're good. Did it go, Michelle? Okay. And there's a microphone over there, Michelle. This is the new Michelle Cardenas corner over here. Karen, it was the dumbest thing one time. You can sit down. It's fine. Yeah, it's on. You're not on it yet. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. So, but we're about to take you live over to Michelle Cardenas. Are you ready for this?
She's scared.
She's been on before.
Don't be scared.
Yeah, Michelle's been on before. We have to pay her big dollars to do this. All right, you ready, Michelle? Watch this. Check this out. In 3. Oh, hold on, Karen. We got to get this thing set up. In 3, 2. Coming at you. Look, and I fixed the light, Michelle. Oh, hold on. Go ahead. There we go.
Good morning.
Hey, Michelle, what's going on?
Nothing much. Just in my little corner.
Yeah. Hey.
She was trying to mind her own business in her own little corner over there.
So we did this Friday. It was quite entertaining. We did this Friday with Michelle. I said we should have did this a long time ago. But the camera, the shutter speed wasn't adjusted. What does that mean? It means that the camera was too dark, so it looked like we had her in this really dark corner over here, hidden. But Michelle, you are bright and alive this morning. So
I am, yes, sir. How are you guys this morning?
Good. You a crawfish eater?
I am a crawfish eater.
See, you should have brought some for Michelle.
Yes.
So, Michelle, weekend. What happened this weekend? What were the LEAP ambassadors doing this weekend?
So the LEAP ambassadors this weekend were actually scrapbooking. We have a little thing at the end of the year where we scrapbook every single event, all 200 of them that we do.
Are you
almost
serious?
200 that we do during the semester.
You need to slow down a little bit. That's called overachieving.
We all gather together and we scrapbook and have fun and just talk kind of about the year, reminisce all the different events. Because after you do so many, you forget that you take certain pictures or you forget that you did certain things. So it's really fun. So that's what the ambassadors were doing this weekend.
Karen and I, I make up thoughts for Karen, by the way. Karen's like, what are you talking about? Karen and I want to know, where can we get one of those Bearcat hoodies? Because that looks pretty legitimate.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
This I got at the University Bookstore.
Garrick Long over there,
So-
running that bad boy.
You just go into the University Bookstore, which is open to the public at the Lowman Student Center, and they have tons of different styles. So very
Awesome.
comfortable.
All right. Well, as a parting gift, now here's the deal. Michelle is wrapping up this week, right? I mean, when's your last day?
My last day will be Friday.
We're gonna have a going away
Oh,
party for Michelle.
this Friday. This week?
This Friday, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But she has said she calls me Mr. Hip. I don't know why. It sounds like I'm this old man, but she's respectful. She calls Billy Mr. Cawthon. She calls my wife Miss Bridget. Very respectful young lady, Karen. But we're going to have a little going away celebration for Michelle on Friday. So please come by the studio. She will be here. We're going to have, all sorts of party favors going on. We're going to have confetti, streamers, silly string. Somebody's bringing like gold coins, I heard. They're going to throw them all over the place. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay.
So, but we're going to miss you, Michelle.
Oh,
So
I'm going to miss you guys too.
But here's the thing. I asked Michelle, I said, do you really have to go? She says, well, I can still help you a little bit.
Absolutely.
So
I'll be here in spirit. I'll be here online. I'll still be doing stuff with Hello Huntsville through the website and just taking care of that. I just won't be here physically with you all, but I'll still be here.
Yeah, it's going to be like
Okay.
it's going to be a major blow to Hello Huntsville. I don't know how we're going to find anyone else there. I guess we're not. We're just going to keep her on remotely. So Michelle will still be with us. And I told her, I said, Michelle, please don't feel obligated.
Absolutely.
If she's going down really awesome. She wants to be an attorney, right? Is that
Yes, sir.
She wants to be an
That's the final
attorney.
plan.
So I was like, maybe we can get into some investigative reporting here on Good Morning
Yes.
Huntsville. So.
We could do that.
Well, Karen, it's been fun this morning. Very informative. The Walker County Federal Credit Union, you guys continue to, I wouldn't say surprise me, because there's nothing y'all do over there that's a surprise. Y'all's customer service is absolutely amazing.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Is Ruthie back on full time? Poor lady.
She is, yes. We just won't let her go.
She came out of retirement.
Yep, for the 10th time now.
We want to do something too, and I know that you guys will be okay with this. I want to put together. Cooter Roberson is still recovering, and I want to put together a big sign, and I want to get that done this week. That folks can sign. Just get well soon to Cooter.
That would be nice.
And I'm sure y'all. I just thought I'd ask you here since it's on my mind. Would it be okay if we bring that to Walker County?
Of course,
And then-
absolutely.
So folks can come over to Walker County Federal and sign that card for
Sure.
Cooter. And
Yeah.
we're going to do that this week. And so just stay tuned. It's not there yet. But we want Cooter to know how much we love him and appreciate
Yes.
him. And so we're going to put together a really big greeting card type thing or nice paper that you can sign and just write a message of encouragement and hope and how much you appreciate Cooter, because he is and forever will be the voice of this community.
Yes.
And so we want to honor him, and we just want to let him know that we love him. So, and we'll have that at the credit
Okay,
union.
sounds good.
She made the executive decision, Toy, so it's going to happen. By the way, Otis Spunkmeyer cookie oven, not there yet. So
Yet.
We're limited funds here
Yet,
at Hello
yeah.
Huntsville. So once Michelle
But
leaves.
soon, coming soon.
When Michelle leaves, maybe we'll have a little more money in the coffer again. So, well, all right, well, that'll wrap it up today. Again, stay tuned in this week. We do want to find ways that you, as our audience, can help and give back. And one way is just let us know that you're out there and let us know that you would like to give back, and we'll connect you with some resources. We may still do a couple of giveaways, but I really want to focus this week on giving back to those that are suffering right now from all the flooding. So. Karen, it's been fun tonight. What do you got going on?
Trivia tonight, 6 o'clock. We'll see you there at Rodeo.
Any hints on what could be on tonight?
No, because I haven't done them yet. So
When do you normally, honestly though, when do you normally do them?
usually I try to do it over the weekends, Friday afternoon. But I was busy this weekend, so yeah.
Full
we'll get to it
disclosure,
today.
like on this show, besides knowing who the guests are going to be, which I need to let you know in advance. That was my bad this week. I normally let you know who's going to be on.
Yeah, you do.
Full disclosure, we don't really know what we're going to talk about until 5 minutes before we go on.
This is true.
And then it just goes where it goes, right?
And it just sometimes it goes where,
And man,
where we
those-
had no intention.
And those behind the scenes that we do here, that is definitely worth $100 a month.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
But we're never going to
Some
sell
days
it.
more.
Yeah, maybe worth 1,000. all you got to do is be there. Jamie, bring that van by this week so we can take a look at it. Jamie Saucier has a van. Billy Cawthon and I have been joking about this. We've been wanting a van.
Hello, Huntsville van?
Yes, just a funny, and I want to get a character of Billy, like, hey, Bubba, just in,
Yeah.
it'd be a drawing of him with his thumb up on the side of it, and it just says, hey, Bubba. Jamie Saucier has it, and we're not going to do a call this morning, but we've been trying to think about how to help flood victims. That's why we didn't do a call or giveaway this morning, Jamie. But yeah, he has the van. Jamie, bring that bad boy by. You know what, Jamie? Bring it live when we're doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe on Friday.
And we'll show it.
Can you bring it on Friday?
Well, that'll interrupt Michelle's party.
Well, no, she'll be part of the party. It'll be like a van party.
Okay.
We'll put a disco ball in that thing and have her party. We'll put her in the parking lot and we'll set it up remotely with her in the back of the van. Like, what's up? So, I don't know if that would go over really well. So, but bring it by, Jamie, Friday. Come on, man. Hey, real quick, I know we got to go. I'm rambling on. It's National Nurses Day. Want to thank all the nurses. My beautiful bride is a nurse. Bridget, I love you. Thank you. That is such a selfless job, being a nurse. And it's a lot of hard work. And so my mama was a nurse. She did it for so many years. But all of you nurses out there, we love you. We thank you so much. It's also National Beverage Day.
Awesome.
What does that mean,
I think I'll celebrate that day today.
Yeah, today.
For trivia and maybe tomorrow.
Maybe not celebrate it during the day. Well, what's your beverage of choice besides mimosas? Do you like soda? Do you drink soda?
I do not.
Do you drink
No.
coffee?
I don't drink coffee.
Is there any lemonade, anything like that?
I like tea.
Tea? Sweet tea or regular?
Unsweet, so I can sweeten it myself.
See, Karen takes her pinky and goes, doo-doo, and it's the sweetest tea you'll ever have.
Right.
I'm a Dr. Pepper kind of girl. Dr. Pepper's the way to go.
All right.
Mr. Cawthon would agree.
What?
I'm making Mr. Cawthon very proud. Dr. Pepper.
All right, there you go, Billy. See, there's the respect.
Yeah.
Too. All right, friends, that'll wrap it up. We got a busy week lined up. Again, text us on that 0 Degree Creations phone and text line 936-339-0139. Let us know that you'd like to be involved at even if you just want to volunteer or help out. That way we can start composing a list of those of you that are interested in helping to give back to our community. We'd love to have that. Karen, been fun this morning.
Yeah.
So go by and see him. I got to pay my loan too on our Santa Fe, so that'll get paid.
Come see us.
Get your loan at Walker County Federal. Also, they are one of our newest ethical business directory listing members as well. So we know that from firsthand experience, we bank there. They'll take care of you, but they're going to do what's right every time and take care of you. So please go by and see them. Let them know you heard about them here on Hello Huntsville. That'll wrap it up. As always, friends, I end every single show reminding you that we're not strong enough alone truly to make it on our own. You and I were talking about this before the show. We do need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there this morning needs you, Huntsville. And your mama, real quick, says bye-bye. We didn't.
Oh, hi, Mama.
Forgot to acknowledge Miss Joy today. So we love you, Joy. Thanks for joining us. That'll wrap it up. We'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, 7:30 on your show, Good Morning Huntsville. So long. Have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you later. Bye, Karen.
Bye.